Ice stop. Ice what?
Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out.
All right, boys. I did this recording already. It didn't quite work out because of the fact that for some reason recording hates me. I love doing it, but it doesn't like me at all. My hair looks bad because of that, because I went down and laid down, chilling for a while, tried to edit, and it decided to tell me no. The audio sounded like garbage because for some reason it picked up my camera audio and my Yeti audio, so mixed together it sounded like the video had been put through the garbage disposal, which was horrible to hear, but it's okay. We're going to record again. Today we're going to be covering the New Orleans Saints versus Jacksonville Jaguars matchup. Very interesting game. The Minshew mania thing going on with the 35,000 mustaches in Jacksonville, making everybody in the stands look like Gardner Minshew. I'm not going to lie, it's a bit intimidating, to me anyway. Probably not the players, because I think differently than they do. They're NFL stars, and I'm just sitting here doing fake analyst stuff. But hey, 35,000 Gardner Minshew lookalikes in the stand? You can't tell me that's not going to be a sight to see. So today we're going to be talking about the Saints versus Jaguars. The 4-1 New Orleans Saints, 3-0 without Drew Brees, travel to the Jacksonville Jaguars to take on the 2-3 Jacksonville Jaguars. It's going to be a very interesting game. These teams seem to match up very similarly. It looks to me a lot like the Saints versus Bucks matchup of last week, what with worse defense and a better quarterback for the Jaguars. But let's go ahead and talk about the entire situation. And the first thing I would like to talk about is coaching from the New Orleans Saints. And as you guys can tell, the coaching has been fantastic. Sean Payton is really putting up and really establishing himself as a Coach of the Year contender, winning 3 straight games without his starting quarterback, without his star quarterback, being 3-1 in that time span without Drew Brees. He's 3-0 technically, but that whole Rams game, Drew Brees didn't even play except for like the first couple minutes of the first quarter. So 3-1. We won our only game with Drew Brees. The team has been looking amazing, well disciplined up to this point. The first 2 weeks, the flags were ridiculous, but he coached that out of the team. He's doing fantastic things. The play calling seems to never be the wrong call. This dude is a mastermind. He's like I said, he's doing Coach of the Year type stuff. So if we want to win this game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, it has to continue. He has to go out there and make the right calls and put players in the correct positions to succeed against the Jacksonville Jaguars defense, and he's never really failed at doing that. Sean Payton always comes up with something. He's extremely you can never tell what he's going to do next. He has the most unique calls in the NFL, period, and throws out the most diverse calls, period. There's no question about it. So Sean Payton is a fantastic coach, and like I said, he's 100% putting himself in the running for Coach of the Year. That isn't a whole thing I wanted to talk about. I'm just, as far as the offense goes, because this section of the video is dedicated to the New Orleans Saints offense. It all starts with the brains, and that brain is Sean Payton's brain. He's been playing fantastic, or not playing, he's been coaching fantastically, and I can't sit here and ignore that. The next thing, which may be a product of Sean Payton's coaching, is Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater threw 314 yards and 4 touchdowns last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, whose defense is actually only 2 spots behind Jacksonville's defense at 26, while Jacksonville is at 24. You got to think, can he do it again against real corners in Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye, because because Jalen Ramsey is probable for this game? Can Teddy Bridgewater go out and pick that defense apart? There's going to be a lot of challenges to face in this game, and it starts with the corners, but I will get into them more later because maybe they're not as impressive as everybody thinks. Can Teddy Bridgewater keep it up? It's going to be a huge thing. Can we win this game with Teddy Bridgewater? Can he keep us out on the field? Can he keep the defense off of the field? And can he score in the red zone? Is the red zone efficiency going to be there? Is it not? It's been shaky ever since he came in. So can Sean Payton draw Teddy Bridgewater up and put him in situations to where he can put the football in the end zone? That's going to be the big key. That will win us or lose us the game right there. But that's the big part of it, of the offensive part. Can Teddy Bridgewater score on this Jacksonville Jaguars defense? The next thing involving the offense I would like to talk about is Alvin Kamara. calm down, everybody. Hold your horses. Alvin Kamara is going to play Sunday. I know everybody's saying he's questionable. If you go to ProFootballReference.com, very reliable sports news website, you go look at the teams. Jalen Ramsey is listed as probable on the injury report, and Alvin Kamara is updated to probable as well, which means more likely than not they're going to play. It's not really up in the air. Alvin Kamara, barring any weird, disgusting malfunction from this point on, is going to play Sunday versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm pretty sure he just dinked his ankle. It is just precautionary. So everybody calm down. He's going to play on Sunday. Christian McCaffrey had 176 yards and 2 touchdowns against this Jacksonville Jaguars defense, something that Alvin Kamara is going to have to at least do half of to get us a victory here in Jacksonville. He needs to go out there and be productive on the ground so all of the pressure isn't on Teddy Bridgewater's shoulders. Alvin Kamara got kind of taken out of the game last week against the Buccaneers. He had 60 yards in that game, but that was against the number 1 at the time, number 2 now, second to the Philadelphia Eagles run defense in the entire NFL. The Jacksonville Jaguars are terrible at defending the run. They've allowed I went over it in my matchups video. They are terrible against the run. The matchups video will be up here if you want to go watch it after this one. Alvin Kamara needs to take advantage of that very weak run defense of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He had 176 yards and 2 touchdowns is what Christian McCaffrey had. Alvin Kamara can and is capable of going out there and doing the same thing. Now, assuming, like I said, Alvin Kamara is going to play Sunday, if they do think the ankle injury is that much of a problem, when really, I'm telling you, they're just taking precautions, you may see an increased role from Latavius Murray. Is he taking over the game? No. Alvin Kamara will still get his snaps. But in a precautionary situation, you may see Latavius Murray get on the field more, which is something I've been asking for weeks, not including the Alvin Kamara dink of his ankle. So that's also something to look out for as far as this New Orleans Saints offense goes. I do think Kamara's playing. Teddy Bridgewater needs to have a good game, and there's one more thing, barring the offense, I would love to get into. Michael Thomas has been proving week by week, every week, as to why you cannot guard him. He has the most receiving yards in the league. He has the most receptions in the league. He catches 81% of his passes, and he's going against a banged-up Jalen Ramsey, who's been targeted 24 times, and that has allowed 15 receptions out of those 24 times for a 59.6 Pro Football Focus grade. He is 5 grades lower than his teammate A.J. Boye, almost 20 lower than Marshawn Lattimore, and almost 20 lower than Eli Apple. So Jalen Ramsey has not been that star corner that everybody is calling him this year. I think it might have to do with the not wanting to play in Jacksonville part, getting put into zone schemes when he wants to run man. He's been throwing tantrums on the field, but this is a big opportunity for Mike Thomas to show everybody what he's made of. If you really want to have the Twitter handle Can't Guard Mike, go out there this Sunday and bully a diminished Jalen Ramsey. Bully Jalen Ramsey at all. The name Jalen Ramsey means a ton. Go against him, win the battles, and then we can all call you Can't Guard Mike. I'm joking. Obviously, you still can't guard him. He's proved it for 3 years straight now. I'm just saying this is a big attribute to that name. You can earn 10 more points for me here. Go out there and bully Jalen Ramsey. That is the coverage of the New Orleans Saints offense. The things I went over. Teddy Bridgewater, can you keep it up? Alvin Kamara's status, Latavius Murray possibly being implemented more in the offense this week, and Michael Thomas versus Jalen Ramsey, the shortcomings that Jalen Ramsey has provided for the Jacksonville Jaguars this season. He has not been the greatest, and Michael Thomas should be at the advantage there. The next player I'd like to talk about isn't even on the New Orleans Saints. Of course, I want to bring a preview video that is as unbiased as can be, but I don't really like the Jacksonville Jaguars, so this is going to be as homer of a video as it can be. Sorry, Jacksonville fans, but I do have some good stuff to say about this guy right here. Leonard Fournette has had 333 of his 512 yards in the last 2 games. 333 yards across the last 2 games. That's downright insanity. He's played Denver and Carolina in those 2-game span, having 225 yards against Denver and 108 yards against Carolina. Denver's defense is trash. But, I mean, still, 225 yards against anybody on the ground is impressive. He did great against Carolina. He has a touchdown over that on the season in that 2-game span against Carolina. Against the Chiefs, Texans, and Titans, however, Leonard Fournette got held under 70 yards, and the New Orleans Saints run D hasn't allowed a 100-yard rusher, a single 100-yard rusher, in 31 games. So speaking that he went crazy against trash defenses and against defenses that were more respectable in this league, got held to under 70 yards, says a little bit, but not the whole story. Leonard Fournette can be a great running back. It's just kind of a Jameis Winston-esque situation. What Leonard Fournette are we going to get this Sunday against the New Orleans Saints in Jacksonville? That's what we have to look at. If the good Leonard Fournette comes, the New Orleans Saints are in trouble, and that's that. If Leonard Fournette has a great game, Jacksonville has a great chance of winning. But we just have to see. This is a game I'm trying not to be too biased towards, but I don't know. I'm having a really tough time recording this prediction video for some reason. It just doesn't fit right in my brain. This matchup isn't molding together in my brain. It doesn't even feel like a matchup. I don't know, but Leonard Fournette, someone to look at. If he has a big game, the Saints are in trouble. Now, I want to talk about the New Orleans Saints defense, and specifically the first person I would like to highlight is the man in the picture right there, Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams his name hasn't been called in too many negative ways or too many positive ways this season. He just hasn't been talked about, and guess what? That means he's doing his job. He is the highest graded safety in the league on Pro Football Focus with an 89.4 grade. That's also the highest rated Saint on our roster. That's crazy, right? Michael Thomas isn't rated as high as him. Alvin Kamara isn't. Cameron Jordan isn't. Nobody is rated higher than this dude right here, Marcus Williams. He's been playing fantastic, and if he does what he's been doing all season and plays great, he has had 7 targets thrown at him and only allowed 3 receptions. If he does what he's doing at such a high level, then Gardner Minshew is going to be in some trouble. And, when a rookie quarterback is in trouble, then a rookie quarterback is in trouble. So the New Orleans Saints defense, along with good safety play, they have to put pressure on Gardner Minshew. And I repeat, they have to put pressure on Gardner Minshew. They have to make him uncomfortable. If Gardner Minshew is comfortable in that pocket, he will easily throw 200 yards and 2 touchdowns on you. He's done it like every game this season, throwing at least 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, except for, I believe, 1. He has been phenomenal. You have to put pressure on him. He's had a bit of a fumbling issue. If you want to win this game, put pressure on Gardner Minshew. Make him make a ill-advised throw. Our defense has been playing amazing, but Gardner Minshew has as well, and I will talk about him in a little bit. We have to put pressure on him, and we have to stop the run. In a perfect world where both of those happen, we 150% win this game. The next matchup I'd like to talk about is the Marshawn Lattimore versus DJ Chark matchup. Now, I'm not going to go too detailed into it. Click the little eye icon up there. You can go watch my matchups video that I pointed out previously in this video. I talked about the Marshawn Lattimore versus DJ Chark matchup. I got into statistics about it. But all I'm going to say right now in this video is that Marshawn Lattimore needs to just do what he did to Amari Cooper and Mike Evans, and we will be just fine. That's it. Marshawn Lattimore has played fantastic against his last 2 or 3 matchups. He just needs to do it one more time against DJ Chark, and we will be perfectly fine. The next player I would like to talk about, it's Gardner Minshew. Now, as I stated previously, there are going to be 35,000 other Gardner Minshews in Jacksonville this week. They're giving away all of those mustaches. They're giving away aviators to 10 people and jerseys to 10 people that cut their jeans into jorts. It's hilarious, and I love to see it. I love Gardner Minshew as a player. He's good. I think he's a really good quarterback, but I don't buy into the Hall of Fame hype. I don't know why people are saying that. If you go look at the Checkdowns Instagram, they posted a picture of him in a gold jacket, posted a picture of him edited into the Pro Bowl, and then put his face over Nick Foles after they won the Super Bowl. That was disrespectful, and posted that. I was like, dude, come on. It's been 5 games, and he hasn't really played too phenomenal of a defense. The Chiefs, the Titans are okay. He's played Denver. Like, come on. Once he plays someone like the Saints, we'll see what he is really made of. but this dude has had 1,279 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 1 interception so far as a 6th-round pick, as a backup, getting put in only because Nick Foles got hurt. He's actually really good, Gardner Minshew. I don't know why. Is it the aviators? Is it the hair? Is it his beautiful mustache? I don't know. But he is actually playing very, very, very good. Like I said, he's only played the Texans, Chiefs, Broncos, and Titans and Panthers. Nothing fantastic. The best out of that bunch is probably Tennessee, and they are very off and on. Nothing like New Orleans so far. He's had a fumbling issue, as I previously stated. 3 fumbles against the Carolina Panthers. If they don't clean that up, they're not winning this game. I don't know. I don't want to call a Saints win for the 6th week in a row. I haven't called a Saints loss, but guess what? We're going to talk about that after we talk about the injury report, actually. Let me continue with the video as planned. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the injury report now. Drew Brees, obviously out. Traquan out. That high ankle sprain lingering, causing pain. Trey Hendrickson's neck injury is also keeping him out. That's something to look at. We need to get him back on the field. Marcus Davenport's been playing amazing in his absence, though. Of course, they were doing split duties as the defensive ends. I don't understand why, but Trey Hendrickson was playing amazing. Marcus Davenport has pretty much solidified that spot, in my opinion. He has the highest win rate in the league as far as snaps go. He's getting to the quarterback at an insane rate. He's only second but in pressures, only behind Cameron Jordan on our team. He's been playing amazing. He's cleaning up the edges, getting to the quarterback. He's doing everything he needs to succeed. And last week against Tampa, he started finishing what he started and turned those pressures into sacks. So Trey Hendrickson will be missed, but he is not a game-changing injury. Alvin Kamara is questionable, but really probable. I'm telling you, he's going to play. Latavius Murray did not practice on Friday. It was a personal reason, though. He is playing this week. Gardner Minshew is no longer limited. Calais Campbell is no longer limited. Jalen Ramsey is probable. Lerente McCray is questionable, but he practiced fully on Friday, so he's likely going to play. The only out they have is Josh Oliver. So this is a pretty full game, a pretty nice competition of a game. It's weird. It just feels weird. It doesn't feel like this matchup should be happening. I don't know why. Maybe it's because if you would have told me that the New Orleans Saints, led by Teddy Bridgewater, will be playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, led by Gardner Minshew, in a playoff deciding game for the Jacksonville Jaguars in Week 6, I'd laugh in your face. I'd be like, what? Drew Brees, Nick Foles? No, it's Teddy Bridgewater and Gardner Minshew. I don't know. I'm going to go out on a whim. Saints win 21-27. I don't know, man. This prediction video has blown my mind. I'll see y'all in the next one. Adios. I don't know.
Ballin' like Barkley, wrist so sparkly, internet surfing, feel like